When you make jewelry, sometimes people come and ask you if you can repair their jewelry. For instance, this bracelet was an elastic bracelet, and the elastic kind of dry rotted and it's like falling apart into several pieces. I'm going to dump the beads out. I'm not sure what kind of pattern it had. Okay, and I found where the end was. Looks like they used crimps on this elastic, which held up, but the elastic itself did not. I'm going to take those out. This is an elastic bracelet. There's no clasp. So I just got to figure out the pattern. I think it's pretty easy. I think it's just every other. For some reason, I thought there was a lot more of these little guys. I do seem to have an extra little guy. But anyway, we'll make do. These beads are double-stranded. So I'm going to need 2 strands of Stretch Magic. I always have Stretch Magic on hand for seed beads and stuff, and I just got this from Hobby Lobby. You'll never know when you just need an elastic bracelet. And I always want to pull out more, of course, than what's required for the bracelet, so I have room to tie my knots. So not quite double, but almost. Stretch Magic claims that they don't rot and dry rot and crack and stuff, so hopefully that's true. I haven't experienced that yet. But I always give it a quick little tug to stretch it out a little bit before I use it. And I've got hemostats on hand too as a bead stopper. So I'm going to just put both of them in my clamp, and I'm going to start feeding on my beads. Since it's a double strand, I got to make sure I keep them straight. I'm going to hold them parallel at the very end. And feed my beads on one by one. I forgot to mention that Stretch Magic has different sizes. I do have a 0.5 millimeter, but I use that mostly for seed beads. This is a 1 millimeter, which would be appropriate for these larger metal beads. I don't want my elastic to be so thin that it breaks. And then what I'd like to do, since I have beads here where I can hide my knots, I'm going to pull them through. Bring them out halfway through one bead. Bring this other side around and feed it through the other half. And tie our knot so it's hidden in the middle of the bead. And here I have two ends coming out, one half of the bead, and the other end's coming out the other end of the bead. I'm going to pull them snug. Take my clamp off, and I'm going to pick a side to tie, and I'm going to put a clamp on the other side. Just like that. We're going to do a surgeon's knot, where I go left over right, one time, twice, just like that. Snug that down. Don't let it twist. And then I do it again, left over right, twice around. Tighten that down. I don't want to cut them just yet. I want to do the other side first. Let's take the clamp off. Keep it snug. Left over right. Over twice. Cinch down that knot. Don't let it twist on you. Come back and do the same thing. Left over right. Or right over left, whatever you're comfortable with. Just like that. And bring that down. Give that a nice tug so it's nice and tight. Alright, I think it's time to snip these. Alright, the knots are tucked in under this bead here. If you want, you can put a dab of super glue or bead glue on these. I don't think it's super necessary, but I guess time will tell. Alright, so our bracelet repair is finished. What I'll do now is go ahead and clean it up with some mild soap and a toothbrush and give it back to its owner. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.